Oh, pro gamer time.
Not enough minerals.
Get in there. I forget who this is, but this player plays with pros really regularly.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
815, someone's saying.
Not enough minerals.
Would make sense.
Not enough minerals.
That sounds about right.
Not enough minerals. Not
So
enough
7411, unbelievably powerful team. I almost never beat them.
Not enough minerals.
And this guy in particular, when I watch pro streams, I see him on there. So this is going to be a hard one.
SCP good to go, sir. SCP good to go, sir.
Not enough minerals.
SCP good to go, sir. Orders, Captain? SCP good to go,
Additional
sir.
supply depots required.
Orders, Captain? Right away, sir. Affirmative. Roger that. Right away, sir. Orders received. I read you. SCP
Yeah, I
good to
think
go,
that's
sir.
okay, that placement.
Affirmative. Right away, sir.
I say that now, but this guy's going to abuse every single thing I do.
Orders, Captain?
And every single thing I don't do.
Yes, sir. Reporting for duty. Roger that. Orders received. Reporting for duty. Yes, sir. Roger that. Orders, Captain? Reporting for duty. Yes, sir. I read you. Roger that. Affirmative. Orders, Captain? Orders, Captain? I read you. Reporting for duty. Orders, Captain? Orders received. Roger that. Job's finished. Orders, Captain? Orders received. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Reporting for duty.
Alright,
Right away, sir.
so we got the 12 pool opener.
Orders, Captain?
I do know how to play against
I
this.
read you. Orders, Captain? Affirmative. You want a piece of me, boy? Affirmative. Reporting for duty. Reporting
This
for
is
duty.
the most
Yes, sir.
aggressive
Affirmative.
real opener
Roger that.
that there
away,
is.
sir. Roger that. Give me some of this shoe. I read you. Affirmative. You want a piece of me, boy? Orders received. Standing Orders,
Okay.
Captain. Jacked up and good to go. Reporting for duty. Give me some of this shoe. I read you. Yes, sir. Orders received. Orders, Captain. Reporting for duty. Right away, sir. Reporting for duty.
Oh, I didn't reset my positional hotkey.
I read you.
There we go.
Orders received. Yes, sir. SCP good to go, sir. Orders received.
Your forces are under
No, 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 no.
Right away, sir. You want a piece of Reporting for duty. I read you. Yes, sir. Right away, sir. I read you. Orders, Captain. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Not enough minerals.
Orders received. Go, go, go. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Roger that. Orders received. Orders received.
Oh, you didn't see that?
Supply depots required.
It's crazy.
Good to go. Give me some of this shoe.
Additional
Reporting
supply
for duty.
depots
Roger
required.
that. Finished. Orders received.
Not enough
Yes,
minerals.
sir. Orders, Captain. Commander. Reporting for duty. Orders, Captain. Yes, sir. SCP good to go, sir. You want a piece
Not
of me,
enough
boy?
minerals.
Orders received. Reporting for duty. Checked
Your
up.
forces are under attack.
I read you. Roger that. SCP good to go, sir. Yes, sir. I read you. Orders, Captain. Yes, sir. Right away,
The
sir.
Spire is just so fast.
Boy. Standing by. Let's move. SCP good to go, sir.
Not enough
Orders,
minerals.
Captain. Yes, sir.
Not enough minerals.
Reporting for duty. I
Not
read you.
enough minerals.
Job finished. SCP good to go, sir. Orders received. Orders, Captain. Affirmative. Orders received. Yes, sir. sir. You want a piece of me, boy? Can I
Your
read you?
forces are under
Yes,
attack.
sir.
Let's check the exact timing of the mutas.
Orders received.
Okay, Spire's about to finish. Everything feels fine, actually.
Reporting for duty. Job finished.
Gotta get these turrets started immediately.
Reporting for duty. Something's in the way.
Where does it hurt?
Something to shoot.
Where does it hurt?
Add-on
Oh, come on.
complete.
Please, 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 please.
Give me something
Where
to
does
shoot.
it hurt?
Rock and roll.
Need medical attention? Stop!
Add-on complete.
Yes, sir. Roger that. Job orders received.
Research complete.
Did someone page me?
Job finished. Job finished. SCP good to go, sir. Yes, sir. Orders received.
Your forces are under attack.
Need medical attention?
Something to shoot.
Not enough minerals.
Give me something to shoot. Give me something to shoot. Job good to go, sir. I read you.
Your forces are under attack.
Attention?
Jacked up and good to go. Orders, Captain.
Not enough minerals.
Job piece of me, boy.
Need medical attention?
Jacked up and good to go.
Where does it hurt?
Go.
Not enough minerals.
Yes, sir. Commander.
Need medical attention?
Reporting for duty. SCP good to go, sir.
Guys, already checking everywhere.
Build there. Orders, Captain. Build it. Something's in the way. Orders, Captain. You want
Not
a piece
enough
of me?
Did someone
minerals.
page me?
SCP good to go, sir.
State the nature of your medical emergency.
Can I read you? Yes, sir.
Did someone page me?
Okay, let's check if he took his third. Yep.
Jacked up and good to go. Go, go,
State the nature of your medical emergency.
Standing by. Rock
Where does it
good
hurt?
to go, sir. Job finished. Orders,
Not
Captain.
enough minerals.
State the nature of your medical
Orders,
emergency.
Captain. Roger that.
Oh no. That's real bad, guys.
State the nature of your medical emergency.
Not enough
Good to go,
minerals.
sir.
State the nature of your medical
Upgrade
emergency.
complete.
Reporting for duty.
Did someone page me?
Orders, Captain. Orders received.
So far, I haven't taken any economic damage, so that's really good.
Right away, sir.
Did someone page me?
Reporting for duty.
Not enough minerals.
Standing by.
Where does it hurt?
Let's move.
Not enough
Good to
minerals.
go,
Did
sir.
someone page me?
Jacked up and good to go.
Not enough minerals.
Affirmative. You want a piece of me, boy?
Where does it hurt?
Your forces are under attack.
Orders, Captain.
Alright, we're gonna hit a +1 timing attack is what we're gonna try here.
Unacceptable.
As soon as my +1 attack is done, I'm gonna go.
Where does it hurt?
What will probably happen is he's going to counterattack me and throw up a million sunks.
Where does it hurt?
That's my guess.
Did someone page me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Commander, give me something to shoot. Roger that. Job's finished. Commander. I read you. Job's finished. Jacked up and good to go.
Did
Not
someone
enough
page me?
minerals.
Give me something to
Need
shoot,
medical
sir.
attention?
Jacked up and good to go. I read you.
Not enough minerals.
Right away, sir.
Upgrade complete.
Commander,
Where does it hurt?
to shoot. Commander, go,
Did
go,
someone
go.
page me?
Standing by. Reporting for duty. Jacked up and good to go. You want a piece of me,
Medical attention? State the nature of your medical emergency.
Your forces are under attack.
Jacked up and good
Where does it hurt?
SCP good to go, sir. Reporting for duty. Give me something to shoot.
Not enough minerals.
State the nature of your medical emergency.
You want a piece of me,
Not
boy?
enough minerals.
Jacked up and good to go. Give me something to shoot. Outstanding. Give me something to shoot.
Need medical attention?
Your forces are under attack.
This Mutalisk Micro is so unreal. I can't even tell you guys what this feels like.
State the nature of your medical emergency.
Commander, give me something to
Need
shoot.
medical attention?
Standing by. Orders,
Oh no.
Not enough
Come on.
minerals.
give me something to shoot.
Need medical attention?
Job finished.
State the nature of your medical emergency.
SCP
Did
good to go.
someone page me? Did someone page me?
Good to go.
State the nature of your medical emergency.
Your forces are under attack.
Damn. He's so good. It's so crazy.
Yes, sir. Reporting for duty. Jacked up and good to go. You want a piece of me,
nature of your medical emergency.
You want a piece of me, boy?
Need medical attention?
Good to go. SCV, good to go, sir. Orders,
Your forces are under attack.
Did someone page me?
Commander. Jacked up and good to
Where
go.
does it hurt?
Yes, sir. You want a piece of me,
Mounting has minerals.
Let's move.
State the nature of your medical emergency. State the nature of your medical emergency.
Want a piece of me, boy? Give me something to shoot.
Need medical attention?
Give me something to shoot.
Did someone page me?
Good to go, sir. Give me something to shoot. Orders, Captain?
Oh my god.
You want a piece of me, boy? Job finished. I read.
Captain Red.
Orders received.
Did someone page
Orders
me?
received.
State the nature of your medical emergency. Captain Red.
Give me something to shoot.
Did someone page me? I'm on the job.
Want a piece of me, boy? Go, go, go.
Need medical
Jacked
attention?
up and good to go.
Where does it hurt?
Commander. Go, go, go. Jacked up.
State the nature of your medical emergency.
Jacked up and good to go.
Your forces are under attack.
State the nature of your medical emergency. Did someone page me? I'm on the job.
You want a piece of me, boy? Let's move.
State the nature of your medical emergency.
I read you. Commander.
Where does it hurt?
Research complete.
Commander.
State the nature of your medical emergency.
You want a piece of me, boy? Give me something to shoot.
Need medical attention?
Good to go. Commander. Jacked
Did
up.
someone page me? On my way.
Not enough energy. Base is under attack.
Need medical attention?
You want a piece of me, boy? Commander.
I'm on the job. Where does it hurt?
Jacked up and good to go.
I'm on the job.
Give me something to shoot. SCV, good to go, sir.
State the nature of your medical emergency.
Want a piece of me, boy? Report for
Captain
duty.
Red.
Want a piece of me, boy? Give me
State
something
the
to shoot.
nature of your medical emergency.
SCV, good to go, sir. Something to shoot. Jacked up
Need
and good
medical
to go. For
attention?
duty. I can't build
Need
that.
medical
Want a piece
attention?
of me, boy? Outstanding.
Where does it hurt? Need medical attention? Captain Red. State the nature of your medical emergency.
Something to shoot.
Need medical
Additional
attention?
supply depots
Where does it
required.
hurt?
So the only last chance that I have here is to move out when I hit my next upgrade.
Upgrade
My
complete.
attack upgrade.
I read you. You want a piece of me, boy? Give me
State
something
the
to shoot.
nature of your medical emergency. I'm on the job.
Good to go. Job finished. Go, go, go.
Need medical attention? Where does it hurt?
Reporting. Standing by. Jacked up and good to go. You want a piece of me, boy? Standing by. Give me something to shoot. Outstanding. Receiving
Where does it hurt?
You want a piece of me, boy? Job finished. Report a piece of me, boy. Standing by.
Upgrade complete.
Headquarters. Give me something to shoot.
State the nature of your medical emergency.
Where the fuck is he hiding him?
Want a piece of me, boy? Commander.
Did someone page me? On my way.
Go. We have you on
Your
visual.
forces are under attack.
Good to go. Greetings, Command. Job finished. Receiving headquarters.
I wish I could have found him with that
Did
scan.
someone page me?
Standing by. Let's move.
Did someone page me?
Good to go.
Your forces are under attack.
Where does it hurt? Stat. Did someone page me?
Go,
State the nature of your medical emergency.
Let's move. Rock and roll.
Need medical attention?
Give me something to shoot. Outstanding.
Your forces are
Did
under
someone
attack.
page me? State the nature of your medical emergency.
You want a piece of me, boy?
Your forces are under attack.
Damn.
Something to shoot.
So good.
You want a piece of me?
Oh.
Your forces are under attack.
Right away. On my way. I'm on the job. I'm on the job.
All right, so that was 8:15. Zorg Pro Gamer. Okay, so I wanna fix some of the things that you guys are saying in the chat because some of them are too stupid. For instance, someone quoted that I had 1.3k minerals at the end. That made no difference. And then I see someone saying that light would have expanded. I think that this one is sarcasm since it has a cap at the end. No, he would not have. That is something that you play 2 base against. Thank you very much. Oh, you're too stupid to be here. We're gonna give you a timeout. You're actually too stupid. Sorry. Can't have you here. When you come back, we can talk about whether or not you want to be less stupid than you are right now. Because my macro was fine, you fucking idiot. It was actually fine. I was gonna lose anyways, because I'm playing against literally a pro gamer. And my money stayed down while I was sitting in my base fucking macroing. You idiot. My God, you're stupid. You think you know things you don't. It's actually, this is a problem with the world right now. That everyone who has even a little bit of knowledge thinks they know shit. And you actually don't. You actually don't. You don't know anything. You're not good at the game. You've never been good at the game. And you're pointing out the stupidest shit. Like when the game's already over that I have money. It's like, wow, no shit. God, people are so stupid, man. Hurts my brain. Fucking Dunning-Kruger is so strong. Whew. Fucking idiots. So that strat he did is a brand new pro strat. We've seen Zero do it in something that Nyokin casted, and then we had Soma do it to Light, and beat Light on the same map with that strat. It's really hard to stop, because the Ultras come out, and they have Ensnare, and Ensnare slows Marine movement rate and firing rate. Movement rate doesn't matter when you're fighting Ultras, because you're mostly just sitting there anyways, but it takes away Stim. So it's unbelievably strong. We can take a look at the replay real quick. He should have had 4 bases at the end, but maybe he had more, I don't know. But he had 3 bases until my move out, or like 3 mining bases till my move out. So there's the 3rd, as expected. So yeah, he's going really quickly into Hive. Like when I scanned, I saw these 2 buildings, so I already knew exactly what it was. Let's take a look at upgrade timings. So my +1 already finished. Yeah. Oops. Yeah, that was a cool use of Ensnare too, because I was attacking. My attack timing was actually pretty good, I thought. Let's go back. Yeah, there's him taking his 4th too. Yeah, I thought that the attack I was trying was okay. Man, it's so hard to play against this. Bad Lime, thanks for your sub. So see, this is him trying to hit his attack as soon as the ultras are out. This is not a real attack timing from him, I would say. This doesn't make a ton of sense because we're equal on upgrades. +1, basically, you're ignoring chitinous plating and you're looking at attack upgrades for Terran compared to armor upgrades for ultras. It's unbelievably important, and let's just check. Yeah, his +2 carapace and my +2 attack are not lined up. He got his started a little bit quicker. You really need to rail it up to the science facility real quick against this. Anyways, this is not a real attack timing. I think he was just like, well, I'm gonna beat this idiot, so let me just finish this game. That was like not a good attack at all by him. Look at the mini-map. Just look at the mini-map and how many blue dots there are. He's just so good. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy how good he is. Oh my god. You can see everything. Look at his drone count. Oh my god, he's equaling me in drones. Like, this is... He's got his +4 carapace now. I couldn't find this army. I scanned it. See? Isn't that funny? Oh my god. That's my vision. That's where his army is. I scanned all the places I'm more used to them hiding. The reason why you're trying to scan it ahead of time is so that you can get irradiates off quickly. You gotta weaken the ultras a little bit. So I had to end up using Defense Matrix. Yeah, see that ensnare? It's crazy! It's crazy! Ensnare is so good. I can't believe this is just being used now. Yeah, look at that. He has so many more ultras on the way right now. I'm not really sure what to do. Like, I probably should be moving around a little bit more with my Marine Medic. I think, like, I have a few ideas about, like, maybe getting barracks more quickly and doing a Marine all-in. Like, going up to 4 racks instead of going into science vessels. I don't know. When players play this type of Zerg, when pros play it, almost every time I've seen it, the Zerg wins, so I don't have a lot of games to look at. Like, there, you know, most strats, it's like you'll find a bunch of games and, you know, Terran will win a bunch and Terran will lose a bunch, and you'll kind of be able to divine the way that you're supposed to play and, like, where the inflection points are and stuff. Specifically against these carapace rushing muta into ultra players. The thing that's really important is making sure that you get your upgrades. That's the only thing that I've really been able to figure out. But yeah, I don't see pros beat this very often. And this is the newest style of it that uses Ensnare as well. But even before they were using Ensnare, like maybe 6 to 8 months ago, this was a pretty popular style. And yeah, I saw it win a whole bunch without the Ensnare. So, I don't know. It's very hard. And he was very much better than me. No, you can't hide. You cannot switch into mech. No, that does not work. If you open mech, strategies like these don't work at all. But yeah, basically mech switches are against 3 hatch because they're a little bit slower. You have to gain map control to switch into mech. If you play mech from a position of your opponent having map control in Terran vs. Zerg, it's too difficult. And that's why it's against 3 hatch that you can switch into mech. A lot of people ask that. So no, you cannot. I've seen some people try to add vultures with mines and stuff. In this type of situation, against this type of build, no, I don't think so. I don't think mines are especially good here. It's no, a Valkyrie can be good against the mutas, absolutely. Yeah. That can be a good move. In fact, that's a reasonable idea, is to try to get up to 2 Valkyries and hit an attack right before ultras, because then you can deal with the mutas. Like the attack that I moved out with was actually pretty strong. You had to come out and use an ensnare and make a bunch of lings to kill my army. So yeah, I mean, a couple Valks there, maybe I can break through that. Okay, so to go, if someone's asking, Diggity's asking about mines. So again, this is a situation where I don't actually have map control because he's opened with an aggressive 2 hatchery mutalisk strategy, and he has speedlings out, right? So like, I could have battled for map control a little bit more. That's definitely something I could have done. But you have very sharp timings here where he's rushing his carapace. So basically, the important thing is you're always going to have +1 attack in time. Are you going to have +2 attack in time? Because by the time he has +2 carapace done, if you do not have +2 attack, you are done. The game is over. Because you will not be able to actually kill the Ultralisks. So when you fit that in to it, where it's like, okay, so I have to have enough Marine medics to live. I have to have enough turrets in my base to not die to the mutas just flying in while I get into everything else. Then it's like, okay, what pairs well with this? Like, you're rushing Science Facility basically no matter what. So Science Vessels, obviously, they're good against Zerg. They're good against mutas. I think it's a good choice. Irradiate is reasonable against Ultras. Defense Matrix is reasonable against Ultras. And obviously, you have to get +2 attack. So to fit mines in there, suddenly, now let's think about the Vulture cost, right? It's 19 seconds to build compared to 15 seconds for Marine. It costs 50% more minerals for, what is that, like 30% more time. So basically, you're cutting out a lot of Marines when you look at that production rate to get those Vultures out. Okay, so suddenly I have these Vultures that aren't going to have any upgrades, that only hurt Zerglings, not Ultras, and I'm hoping for mines to work out. Well, let's not forget there's mutas on the loose everywhere, which can harass that quite a bit. I'm not saying that Vultures are completely unusable. I'm showing why it's very difficult to use them in that type of situation. But yeah, it's like, how do I get the mines out? What am I looking to do with the mines? Are the mines sectioning off an area where he's supposed to attack me? Are they sectioning off an area so he can't kill my army? Lings are very good at setting off mines. I don't see mines as actually a good choice here. I think that mines are something you do when the situation is like, oh shit. Maybe this will help. Like, I feel like that's where we see it more often. The mines don't add any straightforward strength. You're looking for your opponent to make some mistakes in there too. Is it possible to get an earlier third versus Zerg or no? In this type of situation, no. No. If you open mech, sure. If you open, probably just mech, you can get an earlier third base. When they're aggressively on 2 hatchery mutalisk, you have to stay on 2 base for quite some time. Yeah, that's really important. And don't forget, like, you saw what happened at the end there, how he was teching the defilers slowly. So basically, the continuation of this, if Terran's kind of turtling, because Ultras can't kill you by themselves if you don't want to die to them. You can just use buildings and, make walls of medics and SCVs and things like that. But the second a defiler comes out, you lose the game. So while I could technically take a third and turtle it up, he'll just come in with defilers a little bit later and kill me. and I won't be able to do much about that because I'll have to stay so turtled that my vessels can't go far enough out to push away defilers, to push away ultras, and things like that, because he can just pick them off at that point. There's a lot of little counterplay things here that I think people miss when they think of ideas for this. But I mean, it's not, yeah, it's very complicated, but that's kind of how that ends up. Huck asking, is it possible / reasonable to really play / practice StarCraft Remastered from East Coast NA, or is there not enough players to really do it? Yeah, I think you can. The NA scene has some very strong players in it. There's several good. There's like no Terrans in NA. Me and Nayo can both live in Korea, so that's not as easy to practice that matchup, I guess. But Huck, you're a Protoss player, so you don't need to practice that matchup. You should play some Brood War. The scene is not huge, but yeah, there's some strong Zergs and Protosses out in NA, and I think the ping to Europe is not completely awful. Like, as long as you're getting turn rate 16, it's pretty good. I don't mind playing against NA players as much as Europe and South America, personally. What about not playing SK against it? If you scout the early Queen's Nest, maybe you can find a time where you can attack through his first ultras with Siege Tanks. Yeah, yep. I've seen people try this. And okay, so here's the problem, right? The +1 move out timing that you saw me do in that game. Let's add, instead of like, let's make it a tank all in. Okay, let's try to think realistically what we can have for a siege based tank all in. So first off, you're going to have a huge amount of Marine Medic with 1/1 upgrades. Let's say that makes sense. Okay, yeah, we can do that. You can go on 4 racks probably pretty quickly and mass that up. And then the maximum amount of tanks you should be able to have would be 3 maximum. Now, I think the problem here is, first off, you have to protect the tanks. And if they can pick off tanks, it is doable. So you might lose a tank, you might lose 2 tanks, who knows? And then, obviously, if they see you going with the siege tank-based timing push, they are very likely to throw down additional Sunkens to slow you. And as soon as the Ultras are out, you're going to be dead. As soon as they hit a critical mass, the Ultras, rather, right? You don't have anything really against the Mutas dogging your army the whole way. Like, I've definitely seen people try it. In my opinion, it is a bad idea to do against this. Well, I think it would be a pre-Ultra timing attack. I think that you have to hit basically before he hits the critical mass of Ultras. And don't forget that, like, if they're going up to Hive and they have, there might be some sort of thing that they could do if, like, that evolved where they get into Defiler, because then you don't have vessels to deal with Defiler. Yeah, you have to kill him with that. That would be an all-in for sure, an all-in timing against that. Is adding more science vessels too gas heavy? No, you can fit a lot of vessels in there for sure. And I was making a decent amount. I started on one port vessel. It just felt like that was fitting into my gas at that time a little bit better, and I really was focusing on getting the upgrades out. Yeah. So, anyways, that was fun. I really enjoy playing against players of that level. It's ridiculous. It makes me feel like the game is impossible. It's like, how can you be that much better than me? How can I not understand this to that level where I have no chance against you, even though, like, I try so hard? It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm surprised pros don't use it more, because seriously, it has such a high win rate.